the modern era has witnessed the emergence of a number of stories about the legendary treasure of the Knights Templar, an order of military monks that existed during the late medieval period. The stories told about the Templars are numerous and diverse, but the two tales that are considered to be the most fantastical offer a good glimpse into the overarching tone of these accounts. It is said that the members of the order hid a vast amount of treasure and priceless artifacts at the time that the order was being suppressed by the French monarchy in the year 1307. Since that time, these treasures have either remained buried or have been kept safe by secret orders. Even after they went out of existence, the Knights Templar have remained a topic of interest due to their reputation as a shadowy organization. Numerous hypotheses have been proposed regarding their wealth, their religious beliefs, and even their whereabouts in various parts of the world. So, what exactly is the reality? Before we begin, subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this. Templar crosses are carved into the blade of this sword. A beautiful alabaster libation vessel with intricate carvings. A chest made of iron that has carvings of biblical scenes on it. Carl Cookson and Hamilton White are two daring collectors who are exploring the history of their incredible finds and lost relics of the Knights Templar. These are some of the tantalizing treasures that are in their possession, and they are delving into the past of their incredible discoveries. It's possible that some of the artifacts in Carl and Hamilton's hoard actually do belong to the Templars' legendary lost treasure, but only time will tell. If this is the case, then the researchers' dogged investigation may cause a fundamental shift in our conception of what happened to order after its violent and public collapse in the 14th century. Soaring rise, savage fall. The Templars had developed into one of the most powerful organizations on Earth over the course of several hundred years, having progressed from being a modest order of pious warriors and bodyguards to a ragtag collection of individuals. The order may have been referred to as the poor fellow, soldiers of Christ, but in reality, it had evolved into a multinational corporate empire. It commanded large fleets of ships as well as vast swaths of land, on which it owned and operated farms, watermills, and vineyards. The Templars amassed an incredible fortune by exploiting a variety of different avenues of financial gain. They are most well known for establishing an early banking network that spanned both Europe and the Middle East at the time. Pilgrims on their way to the Holy Land would leave their money with one Templar house, receive a letter of credit that would allow them to withdraw their money from another branch along the way, and then deposit the letter of credit with the other Templar house. The precise wording of these letters of credit, as well as the manner in which they prevented fraud by dishonest pilgrims, continues to be a significant historical enigma. It is highly likely that the letters contained secret ciphers that could only be understood by Templars, which would demonstrate that the letters were genuine. The Templars actually performed the functions of banks and brokers for some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals within the church. The order also made money from the booty they captured on the front lines, and more importantly, they received many large donations from patrons who wanted to confirm their Christian credentials. This was an important source of revenue for the order. Gifts to the order had been considered acts of piety calculated to promote the eternal welfare of the giver's soul, a subject in which the average man in the Middle Ages was most deeply interested, according to an essay on the Templars that was published in the American Historical Review in 1902. Even financial services, such as banking and brokerage, were provided by the Templars to Christendom's most powerful and wealthy citizens. Royals would entrust their wealth to the Templars, and they would use the Templars as their middlemen when making land deals. For example, Henry III of England bought an island off the coast of France by channeling the funds through his Templar representatives. There's also the theory that the Templars had their sights set on ancient treasures in the Holy Land when they were there. The Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem served as the first location for the order's headquarters after it was taken over by the Crusaders and repurposed. It is said that the Knights Templar dug beneath the mosque in their search for long-lost Christian relics such as the Spear of Destiny and the Ark of the Covenant. This structure can be found on the Temple Mount, which is the same spot where King Solomon's temple once stood. The Temple Mount was excavated by archaeologists during the Victorian period, and they discovered what appeared to be Templar artifacts there, such as a sword and a cross, which indicated that the Knights had in fact been on a treasure hunt there. However, all of this came to a violent conclusion in the year 1307. Philip IV of France, who was in debt to the Templars, used this instance of medieval fake news as an excuse to crack down on the order. Rumors circulated that the order was conducting secret, diabolical rituals. Following this, Templars were subjected to widespread arrests and executions across France and the rest of Europe. Eventually, the entire organization was wiped out a few years after these events. One of the most perplexing questions that can be asked about this period of history is, what happened to all of the money and legendary treasures that the Templars were said to have amassed? The answer to the mystery of the wealth. There is a never-ending supply of speculation regarding what became of the legendary wealth of the Templars. Many people are under the impression that on the day before the search and seizure operation, gold, silver, and other religiously significant artifacts that had been hidden in Paris were secretly transported out of the city in hay carts. A brother by the name of Jean de Chalon testified during the Templar trials that the preceptor of the French Templars, Gerard de Villiers, had been informed about the impending arrests and led more than 50 horses out of Paris before setting out to sea with 18 galleys. Where exactly did this fleet make its initial departure from? Although there is some speculation that the ships escaped through the Seine, the port city of La Rochelle is the favorite candidate at this point. For countless years, people have argued over where exactly these ships were headed. Some authors have pondered whether or not they were able to find refuge in Scotland. These Templars who managed to escape could have been instrumental in Robert the Bruce's victory over the English forces at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314, according to a school of thought that is highly contentious. It has even been suggested that descendants of the Templar settlers in Scotland eventually sailed to the New World, taking their treasure to Oak Island in Nova Scotia, where it was buried in the infamous Money Pit. Oak Island is located in the province of Nova Scotia. The search for this lost fleet and the riches that are associated with it continues. According to Sean Martin, the author of the Knights Templar, how many Templar ships sailed from La Rochelle in the autumn of 1307 is unknown. What they were carrying is unknown as well, but one thing is certain: the Templar fleet completely disappeared. Carl Cookson and Hamilton White are currently conducting an investigation in the hopes that it will provide fresh insight into what happened to the evading knights and their mysterious hidden marvels. And maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to demonstrate that their very own relics were once among the treasures that the Templars smuggled away before Philip IV could get his hands on them. So what do you think? Will anyone be able to get this treasure? Share with us in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching.